For 4.5 billion years, this rock has drifted through the void. Long before the first hominids appeared, it survived asteroid strikes, deep freezes, and massive volcanic upheavals. As a relatively recent arrival, we have developed a curious perspective. We look at this ancient world and assume it requires the intervention of our species. It is worth asking whether a self-regulating system of this magnitude, composed of tectonic plates, oceans, and a global atmosphere, is even capable of needing our salvation. The very premise of saving the Earth relies on a skewed view of our own significance. It treats humanity as the main character in a story already ancient before we arrived. During the mid-20th century, environmental movements reached a peak of confidence. We explicitly positioned ourselves as the planet's guardians, holding rallies to declare our role as protectors. This sense of guardianship grew alongside a massive industrial expansion. We poured thick smoke into the sky and burned through fossil fuels at an unprecedented rate, creating the very crisis we claimed we were uniquely qualified to solve. The dense traffic and concrete grids of our modern cities represent a temporary, chaotic anomaly on the planet's surface. They are a brief disruption in a much longer geological timeline. This perspective reveals our anthropocentric arrogance, the tendency to place human history at the core of the Earth's narrative. The structural integrity of the planet remains intact, regardless of our individual habits. Planting trees or reducing plastic waste serves a much more localized purpose than planetary repair. Our ecological efforts are best understood as acts of desperate, unacknowledged self-preservation. Consider the immediate aftermath if humanity were to simply vanish, if every engine stalled and every factory fell silent tomorrow. Urban decay would begin almost instantly. Without constant repair, moisture and vegetation take over, wasting no time splitting open the concrete and reclaiming the streets. Global waterways would begin to purify the moment industrial runoff halts. Natural filtration and chemical breakdown would return rivers to a pre-industrial state within decades. In the upper atmosphere, the ozone layer would naturally repair itself as chemical pollutants dissipate, healing over a human generation without any outside help. Earth's default state is one of aggressive, self-correcting life. It heals the moment the irritant is removed. We interpret escalating heat waves and erratic storms as signs of a dying world. Widespread soil degradation and crop failures represent the mechanical reality of a system adjusting its equilibrium to a new set of variables. Rising water levels and submerged cities are the mechanisms by which the planet forcefully clears surface space. This process mirrors an eviction of a disruptive tenant. The Earth acts as a massive estate, identifying a destructive presence. A property owner protects the structure by increasing thermal pressure, making the environment completely inhospitable for whatever is causing the damage. These catastrophic events serve as an eviction notice. A fragile planet lacks the capacity to fight back. This level of environmental force is the work of a vastly superior system erasing a threat. We must accept our status as mere tenants. The delusion that we are the landlords of this world only serves to mask our vulnerability. A responsible tenant manages their footprint to avoid immediate eviction, focusing on maintaining the environment they personally need to survive. At this microbiological scale, underneath the grand illusions of human dominance, the terrifying reality of our stakes finally becomes clear. Lowering our global emissions is a calculated effort to preserve the chemical composition of the air required for our children's lungs to function. Currently, the Earth is the entity sustaining us through its immense tolerance. Every breath we take serves as ongoing proof of the planet's passive protection of our fragile biology. The rhetoric of saving the planet acts as a blindfold, hiding the danger we are actually in. Recognizing our total vulnerability is the only logical path towards securing our continued existence. We must finally ask, who is really saving who?